Welcome back to Real Talk with Elliott. As you can see, I'm not out in the community interacting with people. We're going to do another episode because I've gotten a flood of questions, so I wanted to make another episode of me answering questions because I think when people hear answers to these questions, it just makes their lives better. And the whole purpose of this is I want people to hear answers to questions. It just improves their lives. So today's question comes from Miriam Omranian. And she asks, how can I overcome my fears in life? Miriam, that is such a huge question. It is such an important one because so many of us are debilitated by fear in our life. And my answer to that is, number one, I don't want you to let the fear guide your decisions. Our decisions should be led by our hopes, not our fears. All of us experience fears, and I think the trap is we try to remove fear, we try to get rid of fear, we try to solve fear instead of accepting it. Fear is just a part of life, and it's going to be there. I have fear all the time, but what I've been able to do is lean into making decisions from what I hope for and try to move towards that, as opposed to making decisions from what I'm afraid of and trying to move away from that, if that makes sense. So make hope-led decisions, and then your fears become irrelevant. They're still going to be there because we're human and fear is just a part of life, but make decisions that are led by your hope, not by your fears. The other thing I will say about fear is, fear is just an obstacle, and we have a tendency to get distracted by and focus on our obstacles. And I don't want you to do that. Don't pay attention to the obstacles, pay attention to the outcome. And the example I always use is from the field of track and field, from sports. And hurdlers, they don't look at the hurdles, they look at the finish line. So when a hurdler is running and they have to jump over 10 hurdles to get to the end of the race, they don't look at the hurdles, because the hurdles are irrelevant. They look at the finish line. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to look at your outcomes and not the obstacles. When a hurdler looks at the hurdle, they trip over it. They're significantly more likely to trip over it. And when they look at the finish line, they're not. So that's what I want you to do. Look at the thing you want. Look at where you want to go, and then the obstacles become hurdleable. You're able to navigate and jump over the obstacles much more readily. So Miriam, I hope that helps. Everybody else watching, I hope that helps. Please send in questions. I love to get them. This series only exists because you guys engage with me and send me questions. You can comment on this video. You can, wherever you're watching it, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, wherever it is, you can also send me a question. You can email it to me. You can send it direct message. You can even text me. My phone number is 972-426-2640, and I would love to hear from you and make a video for you.